Oh, hey, what's up, guys? Wrong sport. That's baseball. I don't know. I'll figure it out one day, but hey. What's going on, everybody? I am David J, and I've got something to say. It's been about a little over a week and a half or so since I have posted a video, and I didn't post one last weekend because we only practiced 2 times after the gauntlet weekend where we bowled 24 games, so there wouldn't have been enough to talk about over 2 practices that we just kind of finished up the same stuff we were doing the week before. So, but this week we had a full week of practice. I will say that I am getting more and more accustomed to the practice every day. First week or 2 was a little rough on my body. I was getting tired. I was getting fatigued. I felt it. This last week was good though. There's not really any better way to put it. Like I'm not getting as tired anymore. My body's not aching anymore. It's used to the bowling 5 days a week and sometimes more. So I'm getting used to it. It's nice. Learned a lot this week. This week illustrates why I came to this school, why I wanted to be coached by these coaches. The men's coach, Coach Dennis, the director of bowling, Brian O'Keefe, and the women's coach, Shannon O'Keefe. I mean, they're all 3 coaches for everybody, basically. Yeah, Shannon's the women's coach, but she hangs around. The women practice before the guys do. Then the guys practice, and Shannon's there pretty much the entire time, helping people out. And I want to say it was Tuesday. She spent a good 15 to 20 minutes basically working one-on-one with me. She was working with the other 2 people on the pair as well, but I mean, she watched every ball I threw. Every time I threw a ball, she adjusted something, had me work on something else. Fundamental things, staying down in my shot. She wanted me to get lower into my shot. A couple of tips that she gave me were just amazing. She told me it looked like my grip pressure on the ball. She said it looked like I was squeezing the ball. It was actually kind of funny. She asked me, she was like, "Are you squeezing it?" And I told her, I said, I mean, maybe, but it doesn't feel like it. So she holds her hands out like this, and she says, just do your push out and drop the ball in my hands. Do your push out, drop the ball in my hands. So I did that a couple times. She said, that's not all the weight. You're squeezing it. I kept doing it, and I'm just like, it doesn't feel like I'm squeezing it. And then I reached the ball out, and she moves her hands away, and the ball drops, and I grabbed it. And she said, see, you're squeezing it. And I said, you know what? You got me there, coach. But I mean, it's just those little things that you learn when you have a coach, when you have an expert watching you bowl, watching the things you do. Because I can take a video of what I do, and sometimes, I can see what I did wrong. A lot of times, I know exactly what I did wrong upon release. But there are times that I threw the ball, and it just never felt like anything was wrong. And then I come back, and they tell me, hey, it's not necessarily wrong, just an adjustment to make it better. Because everybody's got their own unique throw. Everyone's got their own unique style. One-handed, two-handed, right, left. I mean, it just two-handed with a thumb hole, two-handed without. It just depends. Everyone's got their own unique thing. And that's what's so great about this game. And these coaches, they know everything. I mean, just like this is why I wanted to come here. This is one of the best bowling programs in the country. And my confidence grows every single day that I practice, work with the coaches, work with the other teammates. The teammates are motivating me and giving me tips and things that they know, things that they've seen on other patterns from previous years, the older students, well, not really older, but just higher classes, because they're all younger than me. I mean, I think the oldest person on the team outside of me is 22, and those are seniors. So, but just this week in general, Coach Dennis worked with me a couple of things on releasing, just getting me to roll the ball off my hand. He said I kept grabbing it and tugging the hell out of it, and I was, because now that they watched me and they showed me drills to work on, things that I can do to make sure I don't do that, it feels so much different. And one thing Shannon told me was just stay lower to the ground, like get lower to the ground, deeper knee bend. And for me, I'm tall, so I just got to get down lower. And she said the lower you can get, the less angle into the ground that I'm going to have. So it's hard to explain this without, having the ball or having something with me, but I'll try as best as I can to explain. When you throw it, if your arm swing, when you're in the back of your swing, if it's close to the ground when you let it go, you're going to avoid a bounce, you're going to avoid a potential double dribble, slamming the ball on the ground, something like that. If you're up higher and you're coming down, you can slam that ball. It could cause it to grab too early. It could cause it to grab too late. Just little things like that. So she gave me that to focus on, so that was cool. I just thought it was awesome that, she doesn't have to be there, and she's not the men's coach, but she coaches us all. After me, she went to the next pair of lanes. She worked with them, and then she went to the next pair of lanes. So it was just really cool that she spends her time doing that. Coach Dennis, he does the same thing. He goes up and down the lanes all practice, and he just gives people things to work on. Another cool thing we did this week was the director of bowling, Brian, he watched us all bowl, and he put a piece of tape on the ball trying to find our PAP, or positive access point, and he gave us that information, so when we go and get a new ball drilled, or when we drill it ourselves, we have that information now. So that'll be cool. I do have 2 bowling balls sitting under my bed there that are fresh out of the box. Okay, they're fresh in the box, they haven't actually come out of the box yet, that I need to get drilled. And now that I have the PAP, I can get to the point where I can do that. It was a good week of learning. I learned a lot. My brain's swelled up with information, not only from school, but from bowling practice as well. But in terms of energy, I'm good. You guys saw the video, 2 videos ago, where I started the video and I was exhausted. You probably seen it on my face, but I'm good right now. I've got good energy. It's Friday night when I'm recording this, so it's been a good week. I got one more thing. Check this out. So yesterday at practice, Brian, the director of bowling, comes up, brings this box out, and he says, got these shoes a couple of years ago, and we just never got rid of them. They're a size 12. And he said, it's $50, and these are probably $300 shoes, sponsored by Hammer. Hammer shoes, hammered on the tongue, and here's the cool thing about them. Boom, we got the McKendree logo on the shoes, which is like extra cool. Let's zoom it in there. Our school's logo on the shoe, and it's just a real cool shoe. Like I said, sponsored by Hammer. It's a real sharp looking shoe. Their school colors is purple and white, so nails it right there. So that's really cool. I think I hit the camera here, but we'll get that all straightened out. So I got me a new pair of shoes. Now the downside is the soles. The removable soles that came with them are right-handers. So I just gotta get those adjusted. That's no big deal. That's easy. That's the cool thing with these soles. People who don't know that removable soles, you get to a high level of bowling and you get these soles that can go on and off of your shoes, and it's just, the main reason for those is just the different approaches, there's synthetic lanes, there's wood lanes, there's dirty lanes, there's sticky lanes, humidity gets on the lanes. So many things can happen, and you can change your soles out. This would be the left foot, so the sole doesn't really match up with the shoe. So I would have to get you really probably don't, honestly. That's enough sole on the ground to slide on right there, but I would have to match up the heel how I want it, but this package came with an extra heel, a couple extra soles, but I honestly don't know if I'm even going to use these, but it was a steal. Like I've got a backup pair of bowling shoes if something happens to mine. So I love my bowling shoes. No problems with them. I've been using them for a couple of years now, so I just thought that was really cool that I got the opportunity to get those shoes. I mean, it's representing my school, so that's awesome. But yeah, other than that, bowling wise, it's been a good week. A lot of time this week was just spent on drills, trying to smooth out the release. The first tournament is the first weekend in October, so what are we? 2 weeks? Yeah, about 2 weeks from right now, a team will be headed, I want to say it's up to Wisconsin, I think is the first tournament. The schedule's on my phone, so I don't actually, and I'm recording on my phone, but I believe it's up to Wisconsin. I mean, okay guys, I'll update you if I go on that trip. I don't know if I will. I believe that trip is just the varsity team, so we'll see. They haven't really decided who's on what team or who's going where yet. I think most guys on the team have a good feel of who's on the varsity team and who's on the JV team. Right now, I would probably say I'm on the JV1 team. I just think watching some of the other guys bowl, the level of bowling, the experience that many guys on the team have, I just think they're going to take 8. And I think there's more than 8 guys on the team that they should probably take more than me. The biggest advantage I have over everybody there is that I'm the only lefty. I'm one of the only 2 lefties, I should say. So, I mean, if they want a lefty around, who knows? Maybe I get a shot, and if I get that shot, I mean, I'm going to take full advantage of it. That's who I am. I get an opportunity, someone gives me an opportunity, and I do everything in my power to deliver. So I'll make another video when I find that out, but that's about all we got for today. My name is David J. That's what I had to say.